Hi guys, it's Leah. So today I'm going to be doing a sewing tutorial showing you how to make a Boppy pillow cover. And these are all the materials that you're going to need for this. This is a free pattern, which I will link below. And of course you're also going to need your sewing machine and your thread. So let's get started. So here I have my fabric that I've chosen. It has been washed and dried, and I have it folded in half. And as you can see, you're supposed to cut these out on the fold. So I have my first pattern piece laid out, and I'm going to go ahead and cut all my pattern pieces out as directed, both on the fold. So once you've cut out all your pattern pieces, the next thing you're going to do is take these the back pattern pieces, and we're going to start prepping them so we can insert our 24-inch zipper. And we're going to go over to our iron, and we're going to press down the seam allowance on this side and on this side. So we're going to start with the fabric wrong side facing you. I'm going to start with this small piece of fabric, and I am just going to use my ruler, measuring out 1/2 inch, and I'm going to fold over and measure it out all the way along and press it out on both sides. So now I have my seam allowance of 1/2 inch pressed down on both sides. I'm going to start taking my 24-inch zipper and pinning it all along the seam allowance. I'm going to start with this end section here because I want this to be my end section where it closes. So let's go ahead and pin that down to both sides. Once you have your zipper in place on your cover, we're going to sew it down at the sewing machine. So if you aren't sure what a zipper foot looks like, this is what your zipper foot will look like. If you go into this part of your machine, sometimes they'll have extra feet in there and other pins and stuff like that. So if you don't know where to find this, it might be in your little compartment of your sewing machine. But this is what your zipper foot will look like. So you're going to go ahead and remove this foot and put this foot on in place of it. The way that the zipper foot works is that you're going to want this little foot of your machine to attach to the left side if you're sewing the right side of the zipper. That way it won't get in the way of the zipper and cause any problems for you. So I'll get you a little closer so you can see what I mean. So here's a better view. So we're going to first sew this side down to our zipper. So you're going to want the left part to be attached instead of having this attached to the right part. You may have to adjust your stitch width at the top of your machine to get your needle to where it needs to go into your fabric. You don't want it to end up too close to your zipper. Now with a straight stitch, we're just going to sew this down to the zipper. Now that I've sewed down this one side, we're going to start with the left side. And again, when you're sewing the left side, you're going to have it attached to the opposite side of your zipper foot. Now, the rule of thumb, at least that I've heard, and now I'm not a professional or anything, it's just something that I've heard and I've kind of realized after sewing a lot of zippers in, is that you always want to sew in the same direction on both sides. So now that, because I sewed from here down, I want to sew from here down. And I think the reasoning behind that is that a lot of times when you're sewing on one side, inevitably you don't pin it perfectly, and your fabric does move a little bit down, so you want the same thing to happen on this side. You don't want this side to move down this much, and then this side on the opposite end to move down this much. It's going to make your pattern crooked, and not everything's going to line up perfectly at the end. Now that our zipper is attached, we're going to go and place down the opposite side of your cover and pin in place. Once you have everything down in place, you are going to sew around your boppy cover with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. But just remember that on the front where your zipper is, to leave your zipper open about halfway, just so you can turn your boppy cover right side out when you're finished. Once you're done sewing all the sides together, turn it right side out and put it on your pillow. And that's all there is to making your own boppy pillow cover. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you do, give this video a thumbs up and comment any other ideas for tutorials. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!